So we all by now have heard about the Marvin Sapp thing, right? Ushers close the doors. I said close the doors. I made a little short about it. Um, Basically just talking about stop using that as an excuse for why you don't go to church because you grown and the reason you don't go to church is because you grown and you don't want to go to church. But I feel like I need to make a proper video about it because something has just happened that I don't like. I don't like when people get misquoted. All right. I ain't defending him. I'm not defending what he did. Him, just like a majority of other pastors, not all, are crooks, right? What he did was wrong. He shouldn't have told them to close nothing. If donating or giving tithes, that should come from the heart. It should not come from being forced. And I know a lot of black churches have problems with that, right? They try to. I've heard many people tell their little stories. Like, yeah, when I went to this church, they like made people like compete. Like, oh, this is the top, donor or the top, whatever person who gave the most and all that. And it was kind of like, it was just a way to shame other folks into donate. Like, well, whoa, he must got more money. It's kind of like a competition, right? Whatever. The man said, close the doors. He did not tell them to lock the door. I don't care what he said close the door about 4 times. So we know what he meant. Look, I understand. You know what people mean when they say certain things. Yeah, he probably did want to say lock the doors, but he didn't say lock the doors. At least not in the video I saw. When I saw the same video everybody else saw, I don't know if there's another version of it or whatever. The ones that I saw, the one that I saw other people reacting to, he said close the doors like 3, 4 times. He did not say lock the doors. So when he got on there and said, I didn't say lock the door, I said close the door. He's right about that. Stop misquoting folks because I know you wouldn't want to get misquoted. All right. I understand when we don't like somebody and we try to, like, they can do no right and we give them no grace or nothing like that, especially when they do something stupid like this. But we can't lose. And who should really be ashamed is a lot of these YouTubers with big followings and journalists and people putting out these articles and propagating this stuff, saying that he said lock the door. He didn't say lock the doors, man. Cut it out. A lot of folks, especially a lot of y'all black folks, is that not the reason why y'all stop fucking with Vlad TV? Remember, he misquoted Farrakhan when him and DL Hewley did an interview. He said he cut up that interview in a way to make it seem like Farrakhan said, "When you see a Jew, cast a stone," and he cut it right there. And he made it seem like to DL that that's what he said, and DL was like, "Oh yeah, man, that wasn't right." Blah blah blah. But if you look up the whole clip, he said, "When you see a Jew, cast a stone," but not an actual stone, a stone of truth, right? So he wasn't saying run around and hit him with rocks, right? But Vlad supposedly being of Jewish faith, believing in Judaism, whatever, right? He apparently got mad at that. That's why a whole lot of guests haven't been back since then because he would not apologize. Now, I'm all for him not apologizing. Why? Because I don't like fake apologies. Even though he was clearly wrong in that, if you feel like, hey, I'm not apologizing, even if it's just from being hard headed, I'm not apologizing. Fuck it. I'm cool with that. I'll take that over a fake apology because a fake apology is just like, it's like when you hit your brother or your sister and they go run and tell your mom and your daddy and then they say, tell your brother, you sorry. I'm sorry. You ain't really sorry. I'd rather have a non-apology and you stand on what you say, and you know how wrong and ignorant it was, than to give a fake ass apology. Maybe I'm alone in that. I don't like fake shit. I don't like fake apologies, especially when you're gonna turn around and do it again. That's what most folks who do fake apologies do. They say they're sorry for the moment. They really just sorry they got caught, and they do it again not too long after that. So once again, stop misquoting the dude. He didn't say lock the doors. He said close the doors. Should he have even said that? Hell no, he shouldn't have. And even with me saying that, there's probably gonna be some idiots in the comment section. "Woo, woo, 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 woo." I just said he shouldn't have said that. I just said it, right? So I don't know. Everybody's talking about it. I think it's wrong. I think I don't know about arrested or nothing like that. Because like I said, I mean, the only way he should be arrested if he put his hands on somebody trying to stop, or he said, ushers, anybody who try to leave, stop them. Which they're stupid for doing it, and the ushers are dumb too. If they really did do it right, then they dumb too. Oh, y'all, everybody up there, Marvin Sapp, everybody that was sitting behind him and ushers, y'all all need to be. You ought to be ashamed to call yourself men. And if there's female ushers, women of God, y'all all need to be up out of here. You need to find another profession or something else to do with your Sunday because that's disgraceful, right? But as always, I love to know what y'all think. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.